What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. See right here, we got the Charger. You see back there, we got the truck. This video, I'm gonna take a break from the show truck. I'm gonna go over real quick. As you can see, we got the rear lifted up with the front. We got ride height. I have done a little bit of work since the last video. I just didn't record it because honestly it required a lot of cutting and grinding, and it was just, I didn't want to take time to record. I just wanted to hurry up, get that stuff grinded down, cut off and all that. But see there, I got the loops cut out on both sides. I got that side sanded down flat. This side, I got it cut off as well, but where the loops were welded, I still got to sand that down and whatnot. I got the track bar cut off and all that. So, but like I said, I'm gonna take a break from that. I've got to work on my Charger because you can't see by the thumbnail. I had a blowout. I was on the way home from picking my boys up from school, and I was like maybe a mile away from the house, maybe 2. And then all of a sudden I just heard a very faint do. I knew what was already happening. This tire right here, it was already basically bald. So I'm pretty sure it was showing wire. And I just drove it like that for the time being because I had to. You know, I didn't want to put the money into it yet. I wanted to save some money and then go from there. Well, that time is now. Can't see over there, I got a new shelf. All those boxes are for this Charger. Not only are we going to be fixing it, you know, I got some new... My phone stand fell. But not only are we going to be fixing it, we're going to be transforming this Charger, making it look better than when I got it. So, some things we got planned for it. I got a whole front end rebuild kit. We got a bumper. Because if you don't know, we got a chunk taken out of it. And that was, of course, I got it like that. And then we got some. I only got 2 right now. They were the extra spares that were given to me with the car. I went ahead and put some tires on them, and man, this tread looks really, really good. I love it. I got it for a deal at a local tire shop. So awesome. And then we also got some plans for the wheels. And then it's just, I got so much planned for this Charger already. It's kind of crazy. So I think the first thing I'm going to start with is the suspension. Like I said, I got a whole front end rebuild kit, and then we'll go from there. A lot of it is cosmetics. I'm not going to touch the rear as much suspension wise because it didn't really mess anything up. In the rear is just really the front. Eventually, I will maybe get a rebuild kit, suspension kit for the rear. But as of right now, everything still looks okay. But I guess I'm gonna quit talking and let's dive right into what we got. I'm gonna be open. All these boxes are closed, so all these boxes that I open, y'all are going to be seeing first time with me what's in them. I have not opened a single box, except for one. I had to make sure. I got a random box come in one day. I was like, I didn't order anything, so I had to check, see what it was. So, but other than that, I ain't checked nothing else. Oh yeah, that's mint. That's mint. All right, so as you can see here, it messed up this fender liner pretty good. So I got some fender liners that I'm going to place. And then again, like I said, I'm replacing all of these parts in here, all these arms, all of it, inner tie rod. So should be able to have a nice, good front tight end. And to be honest, these parts don't look that bad on here. It's just, I think I'm just gonna go ahead and do it. I've already bought the kit and whatnot. Just make sure everything's good. And this don't even look like it's greased, to be honest. So just go ahead and get a whole brand new kit on it. Make sure everything's good. And that way I can get in alignment, because I think the real reason was this wasn't aligned. I feel like somebody done this. They put some new parts on it and they never got it aligned. And I think that's why this tire wore out. So, because it pulled to the right pretty good. That was also because the tread was very bad, but all right, as you can see here, I've got the rotor off, caliper mount. Caliper's hanging by the bungee. It's not being suspended by that. It's kind of, I ain't gonna be able to get that through there. So whenever I get all this off, I can kind of move it to that side. I just need to make sure I remember to get it on this side before getting everything up. But as you can tell here, it does, this wheel bearing looks like it's brand new. So somebody did redo the front end, but I'm just gonna go ahead and, of course, do it again. I've already got the parts, and just to make sure everything is right. But we're gonna have to, whoever did it though, they didn't put the cotter pin in here, so I'm gonna have to do that whenever I go to put that one in. And then everything don't look terrible, but just for a peace of mind, of course, I'm going ahead and doing it. So just came off. I hope y'all can see that. There we go. Yeah. I've never done a wheel bearing like this, so I don't know if it's supposed to come off that easily or not. Wheel bearing, I mean, they're ball bearings. They don't look bad though. It feels, it still feels smooth, but said I got a new wheel bearing. All right, so I got that arm out, everything just about out. I got to get this arm out. It looks like I've got to take the whole sway bar off just to even access the bolt, because it's somewhere in there. So I'm probably gonna have to take the whole sway bar arm off and get to that. So I'm probably going to do that off camera, get that all off, and then come back to y'all when I have everything off. All right, so we got a majority of the stuff taken off. I'm about to have to run into town, go to my local Harbor Freight and get me a Allen set. I have two of them, but they're not big enough. On the passenger side looks like it's been replaced. So whoever put this new nut on there, it was torqued pretty good. And I mean, I get the gun on the hex nut, but I'll show y'all what I'm talking about. So after getting that sway bar link off, you can see right there, there's an Allen head, and that is what connects this arm. On the back, it's a regular hex nut. I get on the hex nut, but if I go to loosen it, this just spins. And I have nothing big enough to hold that in place. Now, surprisingly enough, I got this side out. I mean, I guess it was just loose enough or something. It was able to come out. So I loosened this, and this whole thing just came off. So I was able to get this side off. But that side, the passenger side, I'm gonna have to go get, find an Allen set that has a pretty big Allen to get that side off. And then I can go on to getting the tie rods off. And then I gotta lower the car back down. I gotta take spring off. I didn't think I was gonna have to, but in order to get it off, I don't think this is, well, feels like it. Feels like a hex. But anyways, you see these tabs here. You gotta go over the top, and there's nuts that you gotta take off, and then this should slide out. And I don't think there's enough room for it to slide all the way out. So I'm gonna have to take the strut off as well. I wish I was replacing the strut, but it wasn't in the budget at the time I bought the whole kit. So we're just gonna end up reusing these, and then of course new uppers. And it's kind of difficult to get. I'm glad I got some ratcheting wrenches, so I hope those come in clutch. I hope I'm able to use them, because it's weird. I'll show y'all when we get to that part. But I'm about to run into town so I can get an Allen key to get that side off, and then we'll be able to start probably putting everything back together soon. So, All right, guys, we're back to the shop, and I'm a mess. But anyways, I got my Allen. It's a number 12 millimeter. I already tried it. I went and tried I got two sets. I got a standard and a metric. Tried the 1/2 inch first. That was what was after a 3/8. And I know from the set that I got, the biggest I have on the set I had before I bought these new ones, the 3/8 was the biggest one, and the number 10 was the biggest one. And they, of course, both didn't fit. So bought two sets just in case. I bought the metric and the standard. And then I tried the 1/2 inch just a minute ago, and it didn't fit. It was really big. I was like, oh man, I don't think this is gonna work. So I grabbed the number 12, and surprisingly and thankfully, it fit. So I can get this other arm off and then go to getting these tie rods off and then getting the rest of the stuff taken off so I can start putting all the new parts back on. So let's do it. Got it out. See here, got the tie rod off, whole assembly. I did mark it. As you can see right there, I put a D for driver's side, and I got a P on the other side for passenger. So when I take these off, I can do the same number of threads to try to keep the alignment somewhat of what it was until I can get it aligned at a shop. Yeah, this was not good at all. See, it rusted. I don't know if y'all can see that, but rusted, and it just, no, that's no bueno. So now technically, with all the suspension components off, the only thing is the strut and the upper control arm. I'm gonna lower the car down now so we can get access to the strut nuts and the upper control arm nuts to be able to get those off. So let me drop the car. All right, so if you come over here to the top, you got 3 nuts. This is driver's side. You got the same over there on passenger side. And then you see right here, that nut right there, that goes to that control arm. This is driver's side. You see it over there? That's passenger side, and then there's another one that's somewhere. I don't think I can get y'all back there, but I can feel it. And then I have to see where that one is. So let me see if I can get these. This is not the best design, but oh well. We gotta get these strut bolts or strut nuts off, the strut out first, and then we can start working on the upper control arm nuts. So it takes a 13 millimeter, and there's only 3 of them. Make sure you're holding the strut so it don't just fall out, of course. There's the strut. The other side. And now you should be able to access these. A ratcheting wrench is probably going to be your savior point on these, because I don't think there's any room for you to be able to get a socket or ratchet in there or anything like that. So there's one. That's one of the easier ones. The ones in the back are going to be your issue. Oh. I hate this. I hope I don't ever got to do this again. Got it. This side might be a little bit easier. I don't know. There we go. Right there. It won't focus. Focus. Right there. There's a little access port right here for where the brake fluid goes. I might be able to get a ratchet down there. If not, it's a little bit more accessible, it feels like, than over there. Over there, there was just a bunch of wire loom and stuff in the way. So hopefully I get this pretty quick. All right, so we got both of the upper control arms finally out. That was horrendous. Driver's side went a little bit easier. Not too much easier, but it's out. That is just a very, very terrible design. It's, oh goodness. Now, what I have to do now is get the ball joints out of these knuckles so I can put the new ones in. I think I was going the wrong way. All right, ball joint is out. It took me a minute to kind of come up with a way to get it out. I ended up just using this big one, put it over there, and just sent it. It was also awkward trying to do it on the ground just because where the ball joint is, so I just set it up on my plasma where there's a piece of space so that can stick down, no issue, you know. It's just something I had to, I mean, I sat down there for a while trying to figure out how to get it because with, let's see, that cup right there, it ended up, it sat around that ring right there and it pressed it down, as you can see, and it kind of stopped the progress. So I was sitting there trying to think on the ground, trying to put this on there. It just, I don't know, it just felt awkward. So I finally got up and was like, all right, I need to find somewhere I can just set it down and like have it sturdy while that, you know, can go down in its own spot or whatever. So when I put it up here, put that on there, got that on there, got the ball joint press on there, and it came out the rest of the way. So I'm gonna get this other one. Hopefully it comes out pretty smoothly. If not, then I'll find a way to get it out like I did with this one. Ready to roll. Let me feel it now. So this one's factory, I'm for sure, because it ain't got a spot for a grease fitting. This one's aftermarket, it's got a spot for a grease fitting, but I don't know if they ordered the wrong one or what, because you can tell this one's like a regular ball joint. I don't know, let's see, make sure y'all can see this, but as you can see, that one's like a regular ball joint. This one looks like it has an offset to it. I'm definitely, when we open up them boxes, I'm gonna see if it is an offset one. I hope not, because I think this is the right one. I think whoever replaced this one got the wrong one. Tie rod boots. New tie rods, new arm, another ball joint slash arm, got sway bar links, and these sway bar links look good. I'm gonna go ahead and take all this stuff out, separate it from passenger driver's side, set it out all neat, and I'll get back to you. All right, so we got the parts out. Here's the passenger side. There's driver's side. You see, we got the upper control arm, 2 arms, tie rod, sway bar link, and ball joint. So on the ball joints, on both of them, they are like an offset. This one right here, I have no idea what it goes to be completely honest. I don't know if it's like an extra ball joint for, to be honest, I don't know. I haven't taken any just singular ball joint out of any of the parts, and I don't see any part that just has a singular ball joint. So I wonder if they just packed that into the wrong box or what. So, but both of these ball joints do have that offset type look. So I don't know if they got to go in a certain way. I've never done one like this, to be completely honest. But it's a good thing we got YouTube, because I'm going to go look at YouTube real quick and see how these go in. And then probably start putting all this back together. All right, so I almost forgot one box I had to open. I remembered it when I was walking through and I seen the wheel bearings. I had one more box to open. So, got the wheel bearings. Got 2 of them, of course. So, upon doing research on these ball joints, these offset ones, a lot of people don't like them, and I think I'm going to have to go to my local parts store. I might go to O'Reilly's. We got an O'Reilly's, AutoZones, and Advanced Auto Parts. See which one has the cheapest regular, just straight ball joint, because I really don't feel like, and I'm starting to think I know why the car pulled to the right. And this right, I believe the right side did have the offset. No? I might have to check that out again. But it pulled to the right, but it was also because one of the tires was pretty wore out. But I'm gonna see if I can find a cheap set of straight ball joints. Another price I'm gonna have to pay. I don't know why Detroit Axle just sends the offset ball joints, but I guess I'm gonna see if I can find a cheap set. At the time now, I probably won't be able to get it now. It's like 9:30. All the parts stores, I believe, close at like 10. So something I'm gonna have to pick up probably back tomorrow. And hopefully I get it all back together without any issues. So I guess I'll see y'all tomorrow probably. So we're back. It's the next day. I got ball joints. Went to my local O'Reilly's. I was gonna go with both the cheaper versions. These are the Master Pros. Unfortunately, this one is not greasable. It doesn't have a grease fitting, so you can grease it. Sucks, but trying to be cheap already. I've already spent way too much on this charger than I intentionally ever even spending on. But went for the ball joint. They said they had 2 of these. Well, you see, I had to go with this one. Cool thing about that though is the guy up there at O'Reilly's, he marked down the price. Shout out to him. He marked down the price of this because this one is originally like 86. I think $86. So it's like $40 more than this because this one was 46. So since the computer had it marked in wrong, basically it said it had 2 of these and only 1, he went ahead and marked down this one for the same price as that one. So very awesome of him, very cash money. So I'm gonna open these up and see what they look like. Should look the same, and then we can get them installed. And then if I ever do go, when I ever go get this charger aligned, when I get an alignment done, if they need any type of positive or negative camber, I can just send these offset ball joints, and then they can put those in if it needs any type of camber adjustment. Unfortunately, I had to spend about $100 on these, but the price I guess I'm willing to pay for it to be right. All right, so here's both the ball joints. Here's the Master Pro. Here's the Precision. Precision comes with a boot installer, so you gotta have the boot off whenever you go to install the ball joint. So when you install the ball joint, you can just put that over that and hit it with the hammer, and it just pushes the boot on all the way. This one looks like you can maybe get the cup around the edge. So if not, I can remove this boot. I don't know how greased it is. If I do get the boot off, I might grease it up a little bit. Don't mind my son in the back, but I'm gonna go to installing these and start getting everything back together. So I'm gonna throw a little WD-40 in here, just kind of give it just a little bit of lubrication so it ain't just going in dry. Yes, it is an interference press fitting, but just to kind of help it a little bit. There's one installed. Of course, after you do this, you want to make sure it's flat all the way around. Make sure it's pushed all the way up. And I put that snap ring in. It's good to go. Now we can start putting stuff back together. This is gonna go so much quicker than it was taking stuff apart. All right, so if you can't tell, I have one of these backwards. I knew it would. I'm glad I recorded this so I go back and check the footage, but I have this one right here. It needs to be flipped upside down, and I have it in where the tie rod goes. I need to have it right there. So I gotta flip that real quick. I knew it wasn't adding up right. I was like, something ain't right. So I went back and checked, and sure enough, that one was wrong. So I gotta fix that. All right, so technically everything's in. I just have to tighten everything. And before I tighten everything, I just remembered the brake caliper needs to come on this side. So luckily I can take this off, just move it forward, and then get the brake caliper on this side. So I'm gonna go ahead and tighten everything up after moving that. And then I'm gonna go ahead and just get the other side done, zip, zap, and get ready to go on to the other things like the bumper, getting the new fender liners in after doing this, and some other goodies. All right, guys, as you see, I'm a mess again, but the front end it's basically complete. I have everything installed. Everything is torqued except, of course, the strut bolts on top and the upper control arm nuts. Those will be tightened when I get the wheels on and put on the ground. But other than that, everything is torqued, everything is tightened. Let me show y'all what I got. So here we are, we're on the driver's side. We got new arms in, new sway bar link, new tie rod. Of course, new wheel bearing. I've already got the cap back on, rotor on, caliper on. Everything is back on, sway bar, the heat shield. So this is the driver's side. I don't have the fender liner in yet. That's what exactly I'm about to do. I gotta fish this through a hole that should be in the fender liner. That's the wheel bearing sensor. So I fish that through the fender liner, and then that goes in, well, that goes in right there. So get me some gift cards. DoorDash and Harry's Plus. Awesome. Front end is basically complete. Like I said, I got to tighten up the upper control arm nuts and the strut nuts. But other than that, I got the fender liners in roughly. I don't have all the push pins in. I got some more body push pins that I have in my truck that I got, I believe, yesterday or so. Today is Father's Day. It is a Sunday. Happy Father's Day to me, and happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there who are participating in their children's life. Nothing means more than being a father. I absolutely enjoy it to my kids. It is truly a blessing. So enough of that. But I'm gonna show y'all, go over real quick what I have done, and then we get to go on. It's probably gonna be a pretty big video, but I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I hope y'all are here for it too. But I'm gonna show y'all what I got so far. So I got the car up pretty high. You see the new fender liner looks so much better. Looks brand new instead of that old crappy worn out piece of crap. That one over there too. Anyways, we got all the new suspension components in. You know, as you see, the wheel bearing sensor had to go through that, so I had to route it, but now it's in, tightened up as well. You got the boots. So Detroit Axle, the kit that they send, it comes with a metal strap, but it's a special strap that you're gonna have like a special tool for. So went to my Harbor Freight and they had a kit of a variety of these clamps, so I just put them on both sides. They work perfectly fine, but all that's in. Oh man, I'm ready to get this down, but we can't get it down yet and test drive it because one other thing we're doing, we're getting rid of these mufflers, baby. We're getting rid of them, and then we're also doing a good little change back here. So I'm gonna get to measuring out everything, get to see. I got some pipe already, but I need to see how to orient them and stuff, because you can see it's not straight back. So I'm gonna have to kind of angle them or whatnot, but I'm gonna get on to doing that and see what we can do from there. What I might do is I'm gonna take these off probably and see if this thing can slide out. If so, then that can kind of help me out as I do this. So let me get to it. All right, so we got the exhaust out. You see, those slid just right off. It's right behind the cats, and to be honest, I think we all know what I want to do and what y'all want to hear. I'm probably going to start it up and just see what it sounds like this. So let's see what it sounds like.
What the dog doing?
So I don't think it exactly sounds the best. I believe there's an exhaust leak. I'm gonna say it's probably where the manifold is, but I mean, it sounds good like that. So I can't wait to get this exhaust system complete. Before I can complete the exhaust system, there's something we got to do in the rear, and then we can complete the exhaust system because of what I'm doing with the tips. So let's do that right now. So we're going to be going and putting a diffuser on here. If you don't know, I believe this is a 6th gen charger, if I'm not mistaken. I can't remember the generation, but they don't sell a diffuser for this car. So you have to do a little customization. And that's what I'm going to do. And if you can't tell here, we're going with dual tips. I also have one more part that's on the way that I just didn't order. I don't know why I didn't order it with everything else. I decided last minute to do it. I wasn't going to, but it's going to tie everything in together. And it's going to be a spoiler. So to end up making this work, I'm going to have to cut these tabs off and line it up in the middle. It's very easy because you can just line it up center here, and then I got to cut out right here for the dual tips. I'm gonna make this thing look very, very factory, or do the best to. So, and then of course it's got the piece that goes here. It's up on the shelf. I'll put that in just a minute. So that's what we're doing to the rear before we can finish the exhaust. All right, so I got the diffuser clipped in, and now I can start mocking it up. All right, as you seen just there, I cut off the tabs and I got them sanded down. Anything that had a tab or poked out, I sanded it down smooth. That way it goes up against this as flat as possible. But see here, I got marked, just got some electrical tape, marked center. And the cool thing about this one is it's 5 fins, so you can use this center one to center up right there and use that to help keep it even. So I'm gonna put this up there, mock it up, and then gotta cut out the holes on there. All right, so I kind of got that put up there. I had my girl help me. I got it kind of somewhat traced out. I gotta cut that out and then put it back up and see what it looks like. So here it is, guys. I got it basically all the way in. Tried making it look factory as much as possible. Don't mind that one. I messed up on measuring. But it's in there. It's pretty tight. If I lose it going down the road or something, oh well, at that point. But should be good. Now I can start working on the exhaust. So we got the front cut off. I kind of just got it barely in there. It ain't all the way on there, but it's just in there. And then I'm gonna cut the tips off, and then this, and then put this part back in there, and then that way I can kind of measure and see what I need for this piping right here. But I'm about to open up these tips and we're gonna look at them together. So, oh yeah. Do I gotta rip it open? Trying to do this one-handed. Oh yeah. Oh, it's gonna look so good. Oh yeah. That's gonna look just amazing. So, I'm going to cut these tips off, get that cut off over there, and then get back to hopefully getting this looking right. So here's what I got mocked up. These are two 45-degree elbows. I don't have another set of 45-degree elbows, so I'm gonna have to make sure something here won't look the same as this, which is unfortunate because it does look pretty clean like that. But it's my car, so I really don't care as long as I get the pipe to here and it makes it out the back. So I'm gonna tack this up and then find something to go here. I mean, I got two 90s and a 18-inch straight pipe, so I just gotta find a way to make it look somewhat clean like this. But I know I'm gonna tack this one up for sure because it's in a good spot. So I'm gonna tack that up real quick. All right, so I took those two 90s and I basically made two 45s. I'm gonna have to use that straight pipe. I might be able to actually use the part I cut off as a section of straight pipe for right here, because so it lines up with it. It just, I've gotta get a straight pipe right here. But once I do that, I can tack this up, pull this back down, weld these up, and then get to measuring where the tips need to be. I am absolutely tired. I still got I think I got the bumper lift. Yeah, I have just the bumper lift on the car. That can wait. Well, also the wheels. I got to put the wheels and everything on. And I'm gonna paint the wheels. That's what I'm gonna do. But exhaust is done. If you couldn't see, I dropped one side, and surprisingly, that side stayed how I had it. But the driver's side it's uneven, and it's also lower. So at this point, I don't care. It's my car. There is a way I can fix it. I might just cut it off and re-weld it if it bothers me that much. But I'm gonna show y'all and give y'all a sound clip of what it sounds like. Gotta lower the car real quick, but y'all see when on the video how the exhaust looks. And then this diffuser don't look too bad. So I guess let me show y'all. All right, guys, we got the exhaust done. It is not pretty. I'm gonna be completely honest. It is not the best. It is not even. It's my vehicle. If this was a customer's, of course, no, I wouldn't leave it like it is. It just ain't the best. So I'm gonna show y'all. I had to fix the driver's side a little bit, and even then, it ain't the best. But it's on there. I'm tired of messing with it. I don't want to cut any more at all. It's actually, I don't know if I've said it or not, but it's actually the next weekend. I may have just said that, I don't know. But I'm gonna show y'all what it looks like right now. And like, it don't look the best, but it's gonna have to do. All right, so as you can tell, I got the exhaust on. It is not even whatsoever. This side is a little crooked, tilted. It needs to go up more. I pushed it all the way up as I could and tacked the hanger. That one don't look bad. Passenger side don't look terrible, but oh well, at this point, it is what it is. I'm ready to get this out of the shop. But now we're going to, we had a goodie right here. It came in, what I said earlier in the video, got to get that spoiler on. And then we're gonna put the new bumper on. And then, like I said, I'm gonna paint the wheels. Got to scuff those up, get some paint on them. And then it should be good to bring on out. So I'm gonna go ahead and get to doing all this. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and I got two pieces shop towel right here. I'm gonna go across here with some degreaser. I'm just gonna kind of get this cleaned off as good as I can with some degreaser, and I'm gonna come back through with some brake cleaner and get it all nice and dust free, grime free. That way this 3M tape, I'm pretty sure it is 3M tape. I know it's no drilling or anything. That way that sticks on as good as possible. And again, same thing with I said with this, with the diffuser. If it flies off, it flies off. So I'm gonna go ahead and set y'all up on a little time lapse probably and get this done real quick. All right, so we got it as clean as I can get. I ran out of shop towel, so I had to use my hoodie that's sitting over there. But it's pretty dry. So now I'm gonna open up this spoiler, see what it looks like, and get it on here. Well, here's the spoiler, but I'm starting to think that it is bolt on, and I'm not going to do that. So it didn't come with any 3M tape or anything to put it on. Well, let me check the box, but dang, that's kind of upsetting. All right, so as you see, the spoiler did not come with any double-sided 3M tape or double-sided tape at all. Apparently it is for a bolt-on type deal. I'm going to still try to use it. So I went to the store, got some double-sided 3M tape. While I was there, I got like a scuff pad set. I don't know. I could put it on my mini, I don't forget what to call it. Let me show you. This. It's got a chuck, and I can just kind of, it came with a very coarse, not exactly sandpaper, but a coarse, I guess, scuff. So I'm gonna try to use that on these wheels to scuff it up, and then I'm gonna tape it up, get it wrapped up so I don't get anything on the tires, and then primer it, let that sit, and then paint them down. All right, so as you saw in that time lapse, you can see me use the drill bit, the Dremel, air Dremel. I've literally forgot the actual name of it, but you see, I'm sweating. It is hot. Not necessarily hot, but humid. But as you saw, I used the Dremel and scuffed up one of the wheels. Now, to be honest, I stopped using it on this one, and I had some 120 grit that you could wet or dry, and I just kind of went over the other wheels. I did not do a very good job, to be honest. I really didn't. I was not about to sit there and these are the factory wheels, and to be honest, it's just kind of a cheap remedy that I'm doing, painting them black. If it doesn't come out well, no hurt, no foul, to be honest. I really don't care. It's my car again. So I ended up going through all of them, trying to get them scuffed up, clean as much as I can. Pressure washed them, sprayed some degreaser, and sprayed some car soap and stuff. Did my best to get it at least clean as possible. So now they're just drying out, and I believe while they're drying out, what I'm going to do is I'm going to tackle this spoiler. Like I said, I got some double-sided tape, and we're gonna see if I can get this spoiler on here mounted well and make it look good. So, see what I can do. All right, so the spoiler is on. I mean, it seems to be holding up pretty good. I mean, I got it as even as possible. I mean, it's probably a little bit over to the left, but I mean, for the most part, but if you're standing far away, I mean, you ain't gonna be able to tell. I just found the center of this, and of course I put some masking tape in the middle, had a piece right here to kind of help line up with that, and then just peeled the tape off. But I mean, it seems to be holding pretty well. I mean, it looks pretty good, to be honest. So I'm letting the wheels dry up right now, but hopefully that holds for a while, if not forever. I'm gonna just try to make sure that this stays down. Of course, when I get everything together, test drive it, see how everything does. It'll either fly off or it'll stay. And if it stays long enough to fly off later, then oh well. But it don't look too bad. I like it. So I guess I'm gonna get to waiting on these wheels and try to get them painted. All right, so I got the wheels taped up as best I can. I'm only doing those two just because those have the new tires on it. These, I'm not gonna care because these are gonna get new tires eventually, so I'm just gonna paint them like they are. Honestly, masking it off took a little bit. I was gonna use some plastic wrap, but that was not working well. If you can't tell, like I said, I probably messed this one up. If you do body work or know what you're doing when doing this stuff, you are probably curling your toes right now and cringing on what I'm doing. Also, before I primer and paint and all that, I'm going to tape up the valve stems. That way I don't paint over those. But I'm not a body work person at all. Like, I do not know how to do body work. I don't know paint and stuff like that. But when it comes to suspension, oh yeah, that's my specialty. But this type of stuff, honestly, if you want to be completely honest, I'm using primer for maybe the second time in my life. Every time I've spray painted something or I've painted something, I've just used straight paint. I've just painted right over it. So this is my first time kind of doing it somewhat the right way. But I'm gonna tape up these valve stems and then throw a layer of primer on them. All right, so I've used up all the spray paint that I've had, used all the primer, used all the glass. I only had one can of both. That is most likely not sufficient enough, but oh well. It's what I had. Again, I'm gonna say this millions of times. This is my car. Really don't care how I care how it's gonna look, but also I don't care. I'm just ready to get it out of the shop because it's been in here now for a whole week. I didn't get to work on it any throughout the week because I had to work so much at my regular job. So I'm just ready to get this all put back together and get it out of here so I can start driving it again. But here the wheels are. They're drying. I'm gonna have to let them dry. Probably just gonna let them dry overnight, leave them right here. They're not perfect at all. If you squint and look far and you're far away, it'll probably look really good. The one wheel that I did end up using that on, yeah, y'all probably cringed because maybe you can't see it as much right now, but you can definitely see it in some spots. I guess what I used, it dug in too much, like you can see right there. I guess I definitely shouldn't have used that. I should have just used the 120 on all of them. I mean, I used it on those three, but on this one I used that. But again, really don't care. I mean, oh well. They look all right, like I said, if you're looking far away. So while these dry, the very last thing is the bumper. I might do it on camera, I might do it off camera. I'm just ready to get this complete and out of the shop. Because if you can't tell, the shop is an absolute disaster. I'm so ready to get this cleaned. It's kind of driving me crazy. If you can tell a little bit, there's the exhaust. It don't look too bad far away. You can tell that left one is a little crooked. Oh well. But that rear end is definitely nice with that spoiler and that diffuser. It really looks good. So Guess I'm gonna go to putting this new bumper on. It's in that box over there. All right, so here we are. Final stages is next day. These wheels have been drying, and I'm not gonna put any more coats because for one, I don't have any more spray paint, and two, like I said, I'm ready to get this out of the shop. Bumper is on. I don't think I showed y'all. Let me come around and show y'all the bumper. So the bumper is on. I've got technically all push pins in. I've got just about everything. I don't have this in because in here, see all them leaves? Well, I tried grabbing those leaves out when I was messing with the fender liner, and it's basically a whole colony of ants. So I got some ant spray that I'm gonna spray in there before I button this back up. And then with the bumper already on, all I gotta do is put the tires on, get it on the ground, and tighten up these nuts still. And then that should be it. And then I can take it on its first test drive. So I'm gonna go on to spray some ant spray into there to kill those ants. And then get the wheels back on, tighten that up, and then it should be complete. I'm so ready to get this done and out of here though. Oh. All right, guys, the Charger is done. It is on the ground. Say what's up, Raiden. It's dirty. Been out playing. Charger's done. Fender liner is all buttoned up. Tightened up the upper control arm nuts and the struts. Everything is tightened. Everything is done. It's on the ground, on its own weight, as you can see. Aired up tires. Everything is good. Only thing I've got to do now that's, kind of a personal touch. I believe one of the door actuators is out for the AC, because AC blows, but it only blows on the passenger side. Driver side stays hot. Like it blows nothing but hot air. So got to get that fixed, go under there and get one of the actuators replaced. But other than that, everything is done. It is now time to pull this out of the shop and give it a little reveal. Here we are, guys. The Charger is out. It is looking phenomenal. Those new tires look absolutely great on it. The black looks good on it. And man, does this thing sound good. Oh my God. And then the rear, oh, it just looks so good. Oh man. I believe this thing came out looking really good. There's the new bumper. It ain't got no shark bite out of it anymore. Man, this thing looks good. I guess now all that I'm about to do is go give it a test drive, see how it does. All right, guys, so the car drove amazing. It drives so much better, smoother. Steering is tighter. And man, does this thing sound amazing as well with the exhaust work. I got into it. Like, I put the pedal to the metal, and that was actually the first time I've ever done that. And this thing sounded like a literal drag car. It sounded so amazing. So I'm gonna go around the car real quick one more time, show you what we got, and that's probably gonna be the video. This is definitely this is a long video, but it is definitely worth it. Just everything that I've done to this car. And it's just the simple, tasteful things that I've done to it that just really makes it entirely different. So I'm gonna show y'all. I guess I should give it a bath, but that's for another time. So again, I'm gonna show y'all and then we'll end there. So there's the car, guys. I hope y'all enjoy the video. I hope y'all like what the car looks like as much as me, even though there were some things that I could have done differently or better. But overall, it looks amazing, and I'm kind of lost for words because it really turned out a little better than I was expecting. So even with the bumper not painted, I might do that in the future, but for right now, it definitely looks amazing. So, but without further ado, guys, if you enjoyed the video, go ahead, leave a like, leave a comment, and if you want, go ahead and subscribe, because I'm gonna be doing more stuff like this. We got more projects on the way. Hopefully that one right there I can start soon after the truck that I'm working on now. But without further ado, guys, I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.